Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome to episode 44 of Pleasure Explosion. Today, I'm joined by Ashley Hobley.
Happy holidays.
Jack Cruz.
Get out of here.
Happy Hanukkah.
John O'Peck.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Thomas Marshall.
Appropriate greeting for Kwanzaa.
Yes, and I'm observing Ramadan.
What a diverse bunch of fellas we've got here.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to take everyone down memory lane of their Christmases and Christmas traditions and favourite gifts and everything like that. So, I want to know, what are your Christmas traditions, if any, and what are they this year? I want to go with you, Ash. Do you have any family Christmas traditions?
So, back when I was younger, from about 7 till maybe I was 14 or so, I'd go down to Melbourne for like 6 weeks every Christmas holidays with my brother.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Fucking shut your mouth.
Yeah, so we'd stay with one set of grandparents like the whole time except for 1 week. And but generally we go to the other grandparents' place for Christmas in Rosebud. Oh, Jack.
This is the revelation that came out. I discovered this listening to the Nick and Ashley episode of this show. Yeah. That Ashley spent like a large chunk of his childhood in my fucking
Not a large
hometown.
chunk, a tiny chunk, but I was there. We were
Several
in the
weeks-
same space.
Several weeks, it probably added up to months even if you're spending like multiple weeks there at a time.
Yeah, maybe a couple of months. Yeah.
Months of your life you were no more than like
A kilometre or something.
barely from
I don't know.
where I was living.
My grandparents' place was backing onto a golf course, so
Which one? There's a
I
few
don't
down
know.
there.
I don't know.
Come on. Do you have like street names? Can you give me like, a
Ash,
street
No, I
name?
don't have any street names off the top of my head. I can Google Maps it,
I
but
believe this. I can't believe
Yeah.
this.
Ash, did you ever get bullied by a slightly younger Italian child?
there is one incident. No,
I didn't have
at a mini golf course, it was terrible. No,
I'm not a bully.
With
But
a
yeah, we-
disgusting mohawk.
yeah,
I did not have the mohawk until late in high school. And it sounds like Ashley was well and truly gone by then.
yeah, I was. Yeah, so we'd
You
go
wised
over,
up.
we go over there and have Christmas lunch and dinner, and then go back to my other grandparents for the while, and then
Was
whatever.
that just your parents trying to get rid of you? Or
Yeah, pretty much.
Was that sending all the kids away? Or
No,
the
just two
troublesome ones,
of
or-
the three at the time. So
So I could bang it out a little bit. That's why you
So
got
was
the
it
one.
like a drawn out of the hat as to who was going?
no, it was just the two older ones because they're a bit more mature and grown up. So
chuck you on a
Yeah,
plane?
I suppose-
catch
yeah, you
later?
can throw them
chuck
on the,
us-
on the plane
flying
comfortably by
flying by
themselves.
ourselves, and
If he dies, he dies.
yeah, but it was good because then we come home and get presents once we came home.
Fuck
So
yeah.
second
Get
Christmas,
like a triple banger.
yeah,
Bloody hell, spoiled.
yeah.
Nice.
Do you have any traditions nowadays?
Not really. It's just opening presents in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, other than I guess church, but
Yeah.
like the one time a year I go to church, that and Easter.
True.
So sorry, Jono.
I think a lot of people
it's
do
it's pretty common. But yeah, not much.
You go on like Christmas Day
Yep,
or Christmas
on
Eve?
Christmas Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
in the
don't even
morning.
do that.
Yeah,
You sinner.
You're more
I don't
religious
do
than
it
Jono,
either.
confirmed.
No, me neither.
no. Yeah,
And
that's-
do you still believe in Santa?
yeah, of course. They have a Santa tracker. How can he?
They do.
How
There wouldn't be a wide conspiracy lying to children about this
No.
worldwide.
Santa's a messed up
Santa
thing.
was just on my podcast. This week.
Really? See,
Yeah.
if he's on Jono's podcast, it must be real. Why would Jono is an authentic journalist. He's
I
verified.
would not lie to people.
He's verified.
Verified. Oh, fuck.
No, but Santa's a kind of messed up thing when you think about it, because he knows everything. He's omnipresent, so he knows about
Big
all the
brother.
child molesters and the murderers and the. He knows everything.
Why do you always take it to that dark place? Why?
Because it's
Why
it's-
with the child molesters and the murderers? Always.
I'm just saying, Santa. He's got a rough life.
What did I say? I saw a picture of a sign that said, "Please Santa, I've been a good girl. Please stop."
Jesus. That's grim.
So, yeah.
All right,
There's
how about
somebody-
you, Jack?
oh, I was going to say, controversially, there's somebody else like equally omnipresent as Santa who actually created all the rapists and the child molesters. So
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, Nick.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, all right, Jack. Family traditions.
Oh man, I don't know. Christmas has always been like a, I don't know, a mess. Not a mess, but like, I have like I've always had like, on my mum's side of the family is quite big, so like Italians, there's like heaps of us, and so we'd always be going somewhere on Christmas, and it was always good if it was at like nonno and nonnas, because it was one location. It was like everyone would go there, and it would be all good, and like big meal.
Did
and
you
whole
say
family was
two different words for that?
nonno and nonna.
Okay.
Is that what
Cool.
you're asking? Yeah,
Yep.
nonno is grandfather, nonna is grandma.
Grandmother.
Yeah, there you go.
The lady version.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, like if we were going there, it was always good because it'd be like whole family, and it literally the typical, stereotypical Italian family dinner, where it's like a long table that is about 15 meters long, and there is every food and meat under the sun, like you could possibly imagine: chicken and beef and ham and pasta and lasagna and cold meat. It's just the best, and it would just be like, go there and have fun. But on my dad's side, like we would generally, I don't know, just go to Poppy's or something in the morning, and then go to nonno and nonnas and that. But nowadays it's like a lot of our family hate each other now. So we're always like, Christmas is just like a fucking thing, man. Like these days, I say to Sal every year, we can go wherever you want. We can see whoever you want to see. I don't give a fuck. As long as I'm home on Boxing Day, like in the morning, just so I can watch the cricket. That's all I care about. Christmas is just always a write-off these days, because it's like, we'll drive like an hour to see Sal's nan and pa, and then we'll go to like the other side of the town to see like her dad, and then we've got to see her mum, and then we might see my mum, and then like maybe my aunties and uncles, and it's just like, fuck, it's a thing. So
Yeah.
sorry to steal your catchphrase.
And how much has Christmas changed since you've had William?
Not a great deal, to be perfectly honest. Like the first year, it was awesome because I could use the excuse of wanting to stay home and not having to leave the house, which was great. So yeah, like that was, I mean, it hasn't really, like the first Christmas he was not sort of aware of anything. Last Christmas he was sort of half there, but still quite like not sort of, he wasn't walking or talking or anything like that at that point. Now he's like in it. He's like, Santa, everything, and Sal's got him this advent calendar thing where every day he gets like a little toy and a little chocolate. Yeah, she goes all out. Sal's like Christmas crazy. Like as soon as it hits like December 1st, I walk in the door after work and it's like Christmas carols are on, the tree is up, there's decorations and shit everywhere. She's baking shortbread and stuff, and it's great, but the carols can sometimes get a bit much.
Yeah.
I'm such a Grinch on that sort of shit.
I fucking hate carols. I worked at Target for like 2 years, and oh goodness,
it's not even just the carols. It's the December 1st. Everything goes up.
No, really.
It's not even December yet. It's
I don't need to do this to my
October
house
these
for
days.
1/12 of the year. Like this, yeah.
Sal digs it, man.
I don't get it.
I don't. I mean, I like it. It's I like that. I like that she likes it, and she didn't like. She doesn't
wants
need
to
me
do
to
it.
get involved with it. Hey?
Yeah.
That she wants to do it all.
Yeah, she's fine with it. Like, I come home and it's already all done. I'm like, great. And I don't really want to get involved with it because I'm like, kind of thing. But she loves it. So I can sort of, it gets me into the festive season, I guess.
Yeah.
It takes zero effort.
Christmas is one of my favourite times. I love Christmas decorations and going out looking at Christmas lights and stuff like that. But I fucking hate the work that goes into doing it.
Yeah, no doubt, yeah.
I was pretty lucky. Like I went to sleep last Saturday afternoon, and then I wake up and all the Christmas decorations were up. So
Happy days.
yeah, I reckon.
At a girl Stace.
Yeah, keep it up.
We've got an advent calendar up, and that's the closest because it's like a put your own thing in these little drawers style advent calendar. I've got Hershey's Kisses in there.
Fuck
that
yeah.
Claire put in, and that's the limit of our Christmas decorations for the moment because
Yeah, that's fair.
Not even a tree.
no tree, no space for a tree.
Little tiny tree.
Not even a little one.
Apartments.
No space for it. And hay fever means
In the
we can't have
apartment
a
or in
real
your
one.
heart?
A little from column A, a little from column B. Yeah, I can't have a real one because after about 20 minutes, I just want to die. Ones?
Never had a real one.
No, me either. Have any of you had a real Christmas tree?
You've never had a real Christmas tree?
Like a pine...
Like a pine
living tree.
Not an actual living tree.
Yeah.
Seems like a waste.
I'd only ever had a fake tree. Like, Sal owns a fake tree for, like, every couple of years we'll be like, we can't be bothered going and buying a real one, so she puts up the fake one. Well, like this year she put the fake one up because William and that. But oh my god, that's like the best thing about Christmas time is the real tree and the smell.
Undeniably the worst. Yeah, the smell. It makes you want to die after like 15 minutes in the same room as it.
Are you fucking high?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is the best. I love it. Oh, it's amazing.
Maybe it's got to do with climate because, I don't know, up here I've never known anybody to have a real tree.
What? You guys are crazy.
My eyes hurt just thinking about a real tree in this house.
What?
Kind of wanted one, but we don't even have a Christmas tree.
What about at home? Like, so none of you have ever had a real Christmas tree?
Nope.
What the?
I just thought it was something that always happened in America and never.
Yeah.
No, I only recently just had a fake tree and it was like blasphemy. I was like, oh god.
See, it sounds anti-environmental.
Yeah.
You're cutting down a tree to put in your house for like
they are
a month.
Bred. They are purpose bred for Christmas.
Is that a sustainable business?
Seems to be. The Christmas tree farms run pretty well all year, and then they smash it out for like 12 months of the year. They've just got a paddock where they water every now and then. I guess that's how it works.
Oh, fair enough. Have you ever had a real one, Jono?
No, not at all. I think my grandparents may have, but I don't remember. Definitely, if they did, I don't think it was like the actual, like, genus, correct one. Yeah,
just
any
get
tree.
A big branch from a eucalyptus tree and chuck it in the lounge room.
Yeah. That's good enough. I don't like the idea of a tree indoors. It's kind of weird.
What?
Yeah.
So strange.
All the pine needles.
Trees go outside.
How did you get it to stand up?
That you buy like.
There's a proper contraption for it.
Yeah, you put it in there, and then like you've got.
You like screw it in.
Yeah, you screw it in. You water it.
Far too much
work. Smells fucking awesome. Oh, it's the best. That's what gives you like the
really
Christmas feel. No, yes, it does. What are you talking about?
It's hard enough to get a fake Christmas tree to move it around your house. Imagine trying to get a real one through.
Makes your arm and
all the shit fall off
itchy.
It and make your house dirty.
How much cleaning you got to do after?
What do you mean? It's just like you sweep once afterwards and then you're done. They're not like shedding. Like you're not going up to it every day and shaking it. It just sits there in the corner.
But it's dead. You've killed it. It'll
should
slowly
sit there outside.
Wow, this is crazy.
I'd rather keep my trees living.
Yeah.
All right,
we're
Jono,
anti-tree death here at the Explosion Network.
Traditions. It's changed a lot in the recent years of growing up, as it does. But I'll start as a child. We'd always make the pilgrimage to my grandparents' place in Goolwa, which is about an hour from Victor Harbour, hour from Adelaide, if people are familiar with that area at all.
Been there all the time.
Yeah, so it's a massive house where my grandparents live. It's right near a river, so there's always heaps of stuff to do as a kid. And there'd be like 20 people staying at this house. It's like the McAllisters in Home Alone. It's just crazy. And it was awesome. And that's really... my childhood is very much tied to that house and the fun and hijinks we get up to there. Just that time of year that I'd get to catch up with all my cousins on mum's side of the family and just spend usually about a week there.
Yep.
If not longer. And then, as you get older and you get a girlfriend or a wife or other people have kids and they start having their own kind of families.
Yeah. Splits it all up.
It gets harder to bring everyone there because people want to go on their own holidays or maybe they want to stay home.
Yeah.
Or we'll go up on Boxing Day instead of on Christmas, and then it's hard to get everyone there at the same time, and teenagers want to do stuff with their friends. So yeah, it gets harder, and we probably haven't really done that much at all. We've done, I think we went there 2 years ago, last Christmas, but it was after Christmas itself. So since I've been with Hannah, we basically split between her family in Colac and my family in Warrnambool.
Yep.
Which, like Jack said, it involves a bit of driving on Christmas Day itself, but it's always worked. It's kind of nice to get like an hour to ourselves without all the family there and just listening to some Christmas tunes or whatever on a nice day. It's usually a pretty nice day, and since my brother had a nephew and niece, like they're 5 and 6, that's really probably what Jack's due for soon. But that's really thrown some new energy into Christmas.
Yeah.
Like it makes everyone get excited. Seeing little kids open presents is so much fun.
Yeah.
And like buying presents for them and seeing their reaction and seeing them play with it. Like we got them an inflatable pool last year and going into the backyard and filling it up and jumping around, splashing around. Yeah, it's awesome. And you get to the point as adults where when you have a disposable income, presents don't mean as much as they used to, because you pretty much buy whatever you want. So seeing kids feel that real joy over it is pretty cool. Yeah.
What about you, Thomas? Any traditions?
I think the closest that I've got in my family to a tradition is watching Love Actually.
Yep.
We moved out to New Zealand in '96, so haven't had a Christmas with like extended family or anything like that.
Yeah.
Basically, that I can remember. I don't think, unless somebody points me to a particular painful experience inside those first 6 years that was that at Christmas time? Okay. So often on Christmas Day it will be going around to family friends or something like that, sort of morning at home with the family and then lunch and afternoon at one friend or another's. And at one point we went up to my friend Scott's house. Somebody put Love Actually on at about 6:00, and then we did it the same the next year, and then it was just what happened. We'd go around there for Love Actually.
Yep.
And then the last how many years I've been with Claire, we've kind of done, we've at least tried to do one at one family and one at the other, because our parents are far enough away that driving between them on Christmas Day does make sense. Like it's an hour and a half for us to get to Claire's parents, or nearly 2 hours, and then probably another 6 hours from there to get to my mum and dad's. So yeah.
Do you mean that you split up for the day, or you take it in turns as to which place you go?
Take it in turns as to which place we go to. Yeah. So
whose turn is it this year?
So the turn it is this year. Actually, everybody's coming to us.
Nice.
So it's our first
in your
Christmas
tiny apartment
in the new house. So originally invited mum and dad down because I don't think I've been with mum and dad for Christmas for 2 years. Last year we were in Australia with Claire's sister, and the year before I think was at Claire's parents. So I invited mum and dad down, and then we went, we'll invite Claire's mum and dad down as well, because they'll have nobody to spend Christmas with. And then my brother's coming over from Nelson, and my sister and her husband are flying down, so it's going to be a very full house plus accommodation across the road. So
are you charging for the Airbnb or?
No,
that's a Christmas present.
Yeah, that's my brother's Christmas present is staying here for like a week and a half after Christmas, and mum and dad's is having the room for the night.
Has anyone here worked on Christmas Day?
No,
I don't think I have.
I don't believe
I had to do that
so.
once, yeah. My first year out of uni, being the new guy, I had to work Christmas Day, and it was pretty crap. But my family, like my direct family, came up to Mildura to spend it with me, so I think I knocked off at like 2:00, and we had a late lunch.
Nice.
Yeah. My brothers were working at McDonald's, so they do the early morning Christmas Day shift generally. So yeah,
that sucks.
Is that even
good.
busy? Like who goes to
Yeah.
McDonald's
People go,
for Christmas
people go.
breakfast?
People that are on the road early.
no, it's
going
like
family
it was
and
like at a
stuff, and
so their store was based in like a petrol station, like so people would stop off, get petrol, and just pick up Macca's on their way to wherever they're going.
Hash brown.
Because
that's the only McDonald's breakfast food that's acceptable to like.
I think.
Whoa!
The rest of it's
Shots fired.
disgusting. Even on
this is another
Christmas.
topic. Alright, well, my traditions, when I was younger and up until I met Stacey, really, we used to, family used to come over, my dad's side of the family, so my grandma, my uncle, my other uncle, and the people he lived with used to come over on a Saturday morning, the Christmas morning, and watch us open presents, and we'd have breakfast and lunch together, and spend time with that. And then they'd go home, and we'd have a rest for a couple of hours, and go into my nan's, my mum's parents' place. And then all her side of the family used to get together at my nan's place, and because I had so many grandchildren and children and stuff, we used to do this Secret Santa thing. So every couple would get a child to buy for, and would go under the tree for as coming from Santa, and then my nan would sit there at the figurehead and dish them out, like call people up, and they'd come get their presents and go away and open them and stuff.
Nice.
That's
That was
cool.
pretty nice, and have dinner and stuff like that. This is the first year without us doing that, because my nan passed a couple of years ago, and then we kept it going, and then it just made sense to stop it now. But yeah, and since I met Stacey, we try and fit in to go see her mother on Christmas Day, because they generally have to work every Christmas, being dairy farmers.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I remember the first Christmas I was with Stacey, we went up there for lunch, and they got a call saying, you got to come put this cow down because it's broken its legs. So we all went on a trip that day, went to the dairy and went and shot a cow.
That's fucking awesome.
Merry Christmas,
Whoa!
Nick.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was an interesting experience.
Poor old Betsy fucking got a slug in the head.
Yeah,
Jesus.
oh, it was nasty.
Did you eat it for dinner?
No, we didn't. It wasn't our cow to take.
Oh no.
Yeah, and with Stacey's dad's side, we generally fitted in whenever. Like this year, we did it a fortnight ago and had Chinese for lunch because
You know,
none of that
Christmas.
side of the none of that side of the family gets along, so it's kind of like a chore we have to get through. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And then other sort of traditions I wanted to talk about, like how Tom brought up watching Love Actually every year. Is there any sort of like movies or TV shows or albums and stuff you listen to? Like for me, I can't go a Christmas year without watching the Mr. Bean Christmas episode. I love that.
That's a great one.
Good
I love
choice,
that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
That and like Love Actually, that's another great Christmas film.
Yeah, I think. Well, I said it on another episode. It was the Desert Island one, Inglourious Bastards. Every Christmas Eve, I watch Inglourious Bastards, which is like my favorite movie. So it's just a weird tradition. So she'll get the carols on, and she's baking and doing whatever, wrapping presents, and then I bugger off and watch Inglourious Bastards. It just sort of started one year. I just decided I wanted to watch it and escape the carols, and I've just sort of made it a yearly tradition. Which has been good. But one other thing we do, I don't know if it's probably not going to make sense to anybody else because no one's like Metro Melbourne, but there's this radio DJ, his name's Higo, who
You've lost me already.
Yeah, it's not
Radio?
Important, like, it's not important who he is, but he's on, like, he's normally on Triple M, or he's bounced around a few different radio stations, but every Christmas, no matter where he is, he always works Christmas Day, and he gets his dad on, and they play music and just read out they just pop bonbons all day and read out the bonbon jokes. It's like, yeah, but it's awesome because like every single Christmas, it's the same dude, and he's not like he's not like a famous, or he's not like a Kyle and Jackie O or anything like that. He's just sort of like the midday sort of guy who plays music and sort
The
of
local
interest.
celebrity.
Yeah, and but he's it's just we always sort of flick through the radio stations to find where he's working that year, and it's him and his dad. Is it Vince? His dad? I forget his dad's name, but it's just funny because it's every year when we're driving to wherever we're going on Christmas Day, we always find him and then listen to them, and they're just reading out the bonbon jokes, which is quite funny.
By bonbon, do you mean Christmas cracker?
Yes.
Okay.
Same. It's the same fucking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What do we call?
I
We
think
call
so.
bonbons.
It is.
Here,
We
don't
call
we?
them
Bonbons.
bonbons.
Yeah.
I've heard it both ways.
Have you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
The most important thing is neither way is incorrect.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Sure, why not?
That's surprisingly incorrect, Nick.
Fuck off, Tom.
Fuck off, Tom. Yeah.
How about you, Ash and Jono? Do you have anything you watch every year or something you got to do every year to make it feel like Christmas?
I think due to the varying nature of where I am and who I'm with, I don't really have a tradition.
Yeah.
It used to be that when we'd all be in one place, the grown-ups would go upstairs at my grandparents' place, and they would watch the carols and give each other presents.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say get baked. They'd go away and do grown-up things we children weren't allowed to know about.
Well, not since I've been away. It would be like Christmas morning was for the kids, and Christmas Eve, so mum and dad and my aunties and uncles and everyone would give each other presents.
Yep.
And then as we got older, we'd go up there with them and watch them get their gifts and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, lately it's been more like I'll just put something on in the lead up to Christmas, whether it's like Home Alone 2, which is one of my favourite childhood movies, or I'll just kind of dig through and find like some Christmas themed episodes of my favourite TV shows, whether it's like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia Christmas episode, which is hilarious.
Oh, Festivus episode too. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, Festivus, or Christmas specials for The Office, or extras, or one of those.
Simpsons
comedies.
Christmas episodes are always really good.
Does Netflix do something like a Christmas episodes playlist or something like that? You know how Spotify does.
It sounds like something they would
Unsure.
do.
They did a Bill Murray kind of special thing a couple of years ago, and that was not very good.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Like a Bill Murray thing for Christmas, or like Bill Murray
like
at Christmas on Christmas.
Like a special.
It was like a special kind of movie.
That was
thing.
last year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm new to this Netflix thing.
Yeah.
You're new to paying for media.
What
about you, Ash?
I don't really have anything that I stick to. I mean, this year I'm really tried to watch more Christmas movies like in the lead up, but I don't think I've done a very good job. So,
That's like it.
Yeah,
You're saying that with a couple of weeks' notice too.
Yeah. Yep. No, we're recording Christmas Eve. What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? I'm going to mass after here and then going to get wasted.
Midnight Mass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to get wasted, Nick. Is that a Christmas thing?
Well, funny thing, that's the next thing I want to bring up. Do you have any like memorable Christmas moments or embarrassing things and stuff like that? The first time I ever got drunk was a Christmas night back in 2010, and I got absolutely hammered, made a fool of myself, and my parents had to take me home at like 6:30.
That's awesome.
Solid effort.
I was falling over drunk. I couldn't walk straight. And Mum was carrying on like, we used to have to take you home this early when you were a little kid because of crying and carrying on. And now you're 20 years old and we have to take you home because you're a paralytic and can't bloody look after yourself.
That's great.
Yeah. Apparently I spent a long time in the shower throwing up and stuff.
You went all out.
Yeah. First time, I think I drank like a bottle and a half of vodka. First time.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus, is that how you got diabetes? Or
No. I was born with diabetes, unfortunately.
That's how he became sobriety.
Oh my god.
Never again.
Dylan had that theory about you.
Jesus. It always seems to be a good occasion when you're drunk, Nick. You get an AC/DC tattoo, you meet your girlfriend, and you fucking Christmas Day. Fantastic.
I wasn't drunk when I got the AC/DC tattoo.
No,
okay. we just assumed that you were.
We just assumed.
Whoops.
No, that was a completely sober decision.
Good.
Yeah. I got
Hey.
a story.
Yeah?
When I was a kid growing up in doing the Christmas at the grandparents', for some reason there became a tradition of the kids would have to do like some kind of performance, and we'd like practice songs and then like perform them in front of all the grown-ups.
That sounds bad.
It was really bad, and I hated doing it.
They throw money at you, throw coins at you. Dance.
No, not quite. But I remember very, very young. I must have been like 5 or 6, and it was like just going out wearing some stupid Christmas outfit, ringing the bells and whatever. But everyone was laughing at my cousin, because I know this because I've seen the video of it. They were laughing at my cousin because he was doing something stupid, and I thought they were laughing at me, and I got really self-conscious and started crying. Just like bawled my eyes out.
Oh no!
So
that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
It sounds like one of those
traumatic.
one of those suppressed memeries that just pops into your head every now and then. You makes you
Dance
feel
for
really
our
shit.
amusement children.
Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
I got over it. I'm okay. I've performed since then, so it's all right.
Yeah. As long as they don't laugh,
Took me
it's
a
fine.
while.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Um,
And there was another one, the same place, a few years later. I got a boogie board for Christmas, and there's the Murray River's across the road from my grandparents, and often swim around in the shallows there.
Yep.
And I was just like paddling around my board, fell off, cut my knee open on like a broken glass bottle, and I had to get like stitches because it was like if you take a bite out of an apple, but you don't bite all the way through, and then it's kind of like
the flappy. Yeah.
Oh,
loose,
Jesus!
like it was like that on my knee. So I had to get that stitched up when I was like 8 or 9, and that was pretty traumatic as well.
That's fucked up.
Way to put me off my Christmas lunch.
You got a day to get over it.
Yeah, I've got no like embarrassing stories or anything. I've been like just a couple of big nights getting plastered with the Italians on the grappa or something. And
Any family punch ups?
No, I think I nearly blued with my dad one year at Christmas. It's never like Christmas is always like it's good when they come to when the family comes together. Like they have all their bullshit, but when they come together, it all just seems to go away on Christmas Day, and everyone can sort of get along. And we've had. Oh my god! I mean, I was gonna say we've had that many, but 27 or whatever Christmases that I've had so far. I don't think I've ever had like a crazy story or anything that comes to my mind of like getting really drunk and passing out or anything like that.
Really, if all of us, I thought you'd be the one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
There was one like I got super drunk and it just ended.
You just ended.
I was gonna say it ended, the night ended with I don't even know. No, I won't. I'll say. No, I won't say it.
Oh man,
it was a good ending. It was a good ending.
Leave it to the listener's
Christmas
imagination.
Story blue balls over here.
No. It was nothing like that. It was nothing.
Tweet at us what you think Jack did.
Story blue balls.
Yeah.
But no, no crazy stories for me, unfortunately.
What about you, Ashley?
I'm also crazy storyless. It's just a normal
Ashley.
ish. I don't know.
That's right. Make up for
Sorry.
it this year. You can tell us next year.
I think it's even more low key this year. I don't think we've got anything planned at all. I think
You can fix that.
That sounds like the perfect day.
Yeah, I
Bottle
know.
and half of vodka.
Yeah.
Just a day off. That's all it is. With presents.
Sometimes Christmas can be too hectic.
Play some games.
Yeah.
Yeah. What games are you getting for Christmas?
I don't know. It's a surprise.
Yeah.
Go to the strippers. Strippers are open on Christmas Day.
Oh, that would be the saddest place in the world.
I believe that's
Or the happiest place in the world.
I don't know. I think that would be
depends
the
how much you
saddest
pay.
place.
I believe.
Hey,
Think about who's there on Christmas.
Yeah.
yeah, Ashley.
And definitely the A-class talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any memorable presents? Because I remember when I was 6, I think, my uncle got us a Nintendo 64, and that was the highlight. Of that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like PS3. PS3 was meant to be a Christmas present, but that got pushed back, obviously. In fact, I think, one Christmas we spent in Perth, we got the PS2. Just video game consoles is pretty memorable presents and special.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
We got the PS2. Yeah. I think I told that story at Extra Life. But
no one's listened to that. Retell it.
No. So it was... Can't tell you off the top of my head. Whatever year it was. We got... So Christmas was all done. Everybody's opened all their presents. We've thrown all the paper away and all that sort of carry on. And Dad just stands up, grabs his car keys and walks out. We're like, oh, okay, not sure what we did to piss him off,
He
but
never
he's
came back.
he's going somewhere, yeah. And he comes
Sounds like
back.
a good Charlotte
thank you.
song.
Comes back with a newspaper wrapped box. Bursts into the lounge. We've got one more present. And so rips
awesome.
diagonally down the corner to corner across this box to reveal big PS2 in the middle. And it was the
Yellow
one
box
with
or blue box?
the blue box with it came with Spider-Man, Gran Turismo 3 Ace Spec, and whatever that fighting game was.
Tekken?
Tag, yeah.
Tekken Tag tournament?
Tekken.
Tekken.
Tekken, yeah.
Tekken Tag tournament.
Tekken.
Taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd bought himself
Fuck off.
he'd bought himself a CD that had a DVD in it as well, and it was like the cheap DVD player. But he'd gone ahead and bought this like 3 weeks beforehand or something and left it in his car boot. So we got into trouble a number of times in the lead up to Christmas by going into the car boot where he'd clearly stored but hidden this PlayStation 2. Mum didn't even know. She was pretty furious about that. She definitely wasn't happy, but
that was an expensive console.
Yeah, they were like $1,000 when they came out.
No, it's only
PS3.
PS3, not PS4.
No, the PS2 still was as well.
Was it?
I'm sure it was like $9.99 when it came out in Australia.
Yeah,
it might have been.
No, I don't think so.
I think it was like 1,200 New Zealand
about
dollars when it came out, but this was a couple of years after it came out.
I paid like $800 for mine, and that was like a year after release.
It might even have been 2 years after or something. Could probably sort of do some sleuthing to figure it out, but
I think Ash is on it.
Yep.
Thanks, Ash.
The original price of the PS2 was $300.
In Australia,
Yep.
that's not.
That is the
that's
biggest
US price.
steaming pile of bullshit I've ever
That is a
heard.
fucking lie.
That's US.
It is at
300
least
US.
800.
I feel like it was 800.
Yeah, I feel like 800 is the number.
I don't remember it being that much at all.
I remember it being over 1,000 in New Zealand, or maybe it was 999 in New Zealand.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So it must have been about $50 for you.
I got
I think I got a PS2
$7.49.
for Christmas.
yeah, that
as
sounds
well.
about right.
There you go.
Really? I must have been oblivious to all
close.
that back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were still at the age where your mum and dad were paying for it and not you.
Exactly.
Too busy brushing your hair.
Yeah, those were the days. I used to have long hair too because my mum hated like clipped hair.
Have you been asked to play Santa, Nick?
No, I haven't.
No?
I've played Santa. And
I
was
have
the
played
worst
Santa once
ever.
before. Yeah, for a
Johnny would have been
school
the
play.
worst Santa ever.
I was so bad. I was just like, sup.
Hi!
Boy, kids!
And
It's your boy,
it
Santa
wasn't a good
Claus!
outfit.
Coming
Like, you
at
could
you.
still tell it was me. It wasn't a good beard or anything.
Oh dear.
Yeah, back when I was in primary school, I got asked to play Santa for a school play, and for some reason, the teacher asked me if I had a Santa outfit, and I said yes, knowing full well that I didn't. And it come up to like, the day before, like, "Are you bringing in your Santa outfit?" And I told Mum, I told him we had one, and she's like, "Why did you tell him that? We don't have one." I have no idea why I did that.
Oh god.
Did the rest of you have any memorable presents?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple. I think the best one was like a couple of good ones. Like N64 was pretty dope. Getting that for Christmas was awesome with Shadows of the Empire, GoldenEye, Duke Nukem, and Mario 64. Like that was a pretty rad Christmas getting that.
Yeah.
I remember still probably the best Christmas present I ever got would be Pokemon Yellow, like, as far as like excitement. Because I remember leading up to Christmas that came out, and like you couldn't get it anywhere. Like living in Rosebud, the only place within like 30,
You've been there,
40,
Ash.
30, 40 kilometers was the Kmart. So you literally had to, unless you're driving like, I don't know, an hour to the shopping centre up close to the city, the only place you could go to do your Christmas shopping was the Kmart in Rosebud. There was nothing else. And so that's where you would go to get all your video games and everything like that. Everything had to be done there. And we went, and like Pokemon Yellow came out, and I remember being like to Mum and Dad, they're like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like, that is, I don't care what else, that is what I want. Pokemon Yellow is what I want. I don't care about anything else, just give me that. And I remember it was like hard to get, like they kept going out of stock because everyone was buying it at the time. It was all the fucking craze. And I remember Mum and Dad were like, "All right, we're going to go do Christmas shopping and stuff. You know, you guys stay here, we'll come back." Anyway, they went out, came back. I'm like, "Oh, did you find it? Like, did they have it?" And they're like, Mum's like, "No, sorry, they couldn't find it." I was like, "Oh, so
You
fucking..."
lying
Mum.
bitch.
I was fucking shattered, and she's like, "Sorry, look, we'll have to just look for it after. You know, this is the last time we're going Christmas shopping. We'll get you some other stuff, but you know, we'll go looking for it after Christmas. Maybe."
How old were you then?
Oh, I would have been grade 4 or 5, so it would have been like 10 or 11.
So you didn't believe in Santa then?
Well, no, because I would get presents from Santa and from Mum and Dad.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, so it'd be like, this
And
one's
then
from Mum and Dad.
Santa brought it.
Yeah, so like they would have like, so side note,
Santa
like,
loves you more.
they would have the Christmas tree up like in the all of December or whatever, and then the presents from mum and dad would be under the tree leading up to Christmas, and then on Christmas night mum and dad would or Santa would come and put all Santa's presents, and they would always be in different wrapping paper to what mum and dad's presents were. That would be quite good, because Santa, well, how's Santa going to get the same wrapping, like what are the chances,
Exactly.
But yeah, so Pokemon Yellow, anyway, long story short, opening my presents on Christmas Day and opening it up and it being Pokemon Yellow and losing my fucking mind and being like, oh my god, you found it, I can't believe it, thank you so much. And I reckon that was the happiest I've ever been. But another really good one, and not so much for the presents, but more so, like same sort of thing for the moment, was I spent a great deal of my childhood travelling around Australia, like camping and stuff like that, living out of a tent and a trailer and that kind of thing. And one Christmas, I would have been probably 3 or 4, we were in Byron Bay and we were camping in caravan park in the tent or whatever, and we were like, me and my sister were convinced that we were going to miss Christmas because, like, how's Santa going to find us? We're not at home, we're like out, and mum and dad are like, Santa will find us, don't worry. I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, we'll put the tree up, and they got like some branches and put some tinsel on like a little branch inside the tent. And anyway, we went to sleep and we wake up in the morning and there's G.I. Joes and Barbies and shit under the branch, and we're like, Santa found us, and that was
you really love that Barbie.
Yeah. Barbie was legit. Yeah.
How about you, Jono? Do you have any memorable standout presents over the years?
Probably more in recent years because they're recent and I can actually remember them.
Yep.
But the rest of them kind of blur in with my birthday a little.
Yep.
But I do remember getting an Action Man, which was pretty cool from my
Action
uncle.
Man.
That was the bomb. I got like some
Home brand G.I. Joe.
got like a Megazord Power Rangers thing, which is pretty cool. Like all the parts come apart and you assemble them as Megazord.
Yep.
That was the big Power Rangers guy, wasn't it? Megazord? I don't know. Didn't watch it that much.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Big
Can
robot
confirm,
thingy.
actually.
What? It's been a while.
You can confirm.
Yeah, I
that?
can. I saw the Power
Voltron,
Rangers
I think
movie
it's
this
called.
year, so
Oh, good. Right.
Megazord.
That makes one of us.
Yep.
Yeah. But in recent years, Hannah's family goes way overboard, and they took us to Perth this year for Christmas, which is pretty awesome. They also paid and agreed to build a deck for us at our house in Warrnambool, which is a pretty massive task, massive job.
Sweet.
Big commitment. Took about 10 months because they only did it when they were visiting, but we got there, and that's brought a lot of joy, and I had to actually help quite a bit, but it was still a great gift. And Mum and Dad last Christmas bought my Jerry Seinfeld stand-up ticket, which was a really great seat and pretty expensive, so that sticks out as well. But I do think the PS2 was a Christmas gift for me and my brother, but like Tom, it was a good couple years after it came out.
Yeah, we didn't get ours on launch either.
Yeah, buying consoles at launch wasn't really a thing for me.
Not until
Or for most
PS3
kids.
anyway.
Not until the Wii U
Especially-
did I get one.
Especially
at
the
launch.
PS2, like it was kind of like who's spending that much at launch? It's like
Yeah.
rich kids and businessmen.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a console on launch.
Ever?
Ever.
Oh, really?
No.
I always wait. Bugs and whatnot. Wait till the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually wait for multiple reasons. Often because there's that
There's
crossover
nothing to
period
play.
where- yeah, there's nothing to play. There's a crossover period where they release stuff on both consoles, and it's not a huge difference, but yeah.
I don't wait because I'm impulsive and have no self-control.
That sounds familiar, Nick.
Ashley, memorable Christmas
I
presents.
can't think. The only thing that popped to mind is I got like a stereo system one year. That was pretty great. But normally it's just like practical stuff like books and clothes and that
When
sort
you
of
said
thing.
that, I remember I got a like a little boom box that played CDs, and I got a stack of CDs, and it went from Shania Twain to Boys to Men to all this different stuff I never listened to that I think my uncle got while he was in Bali.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go on, Ash.
No, yeah, it's mostly like movies and books and video games. Nothing too memorable. Just I guess.
Cool stuff.
Yeah.
I think the best thing is giving presents though. Like I get the other year, me and my brothers worked it out. So my mum's a big tennis fan, so we bought her tickets to go down to Melbourne and go see the Australian Open. So
A date with Pat Rafter.
no, we couldn't afford that.
Mark Philippou. That's more affordable.
That is, but
They got the poo.
I don't know if he's available. I think he might be a bit
Booked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Real talk
yeah.
though, I agree with Ash. Like I love giving presents like more so than like picking, picking.
I
like
love
the,
giving presents.
Yeah, getting like something awesome and giving it. Especially like not so much. I don't do it as much these days because my little brother and sister are growing up and are becoming pain in the asses. But I love you guys if you're listening. But like when they were younger, like going and buying them like the awesome gift and putting a lot of thought into it, and even like with Sal and mum and dad and stuff like that. Getting someone something that they're not expecting that they really love, I think is like the and watching them open it and the look on their face, I think is one of the best feelings.
Definitely. Yeah. Speaking of giving gifts, I love giving gifts, but I am fucking shocking at thinking about what to buy people.
Don't
Does
think
anyone
about
have
it.
that issue?
Just go to the shop and you'll find something.
I used to be really good at it, but I'm getting worse as the years go on.
Yeah,
it's harder when people can buy themselves whatever they want.
Exactly, yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Advice for all the men out there: do not buy your girlfriend or wife clothes. Buy them clothes vouchers. I've said this before on this show. Don't do it. It is not worth it. Whatever you buy will be wrong.
Oh,
Just
you're
know that.
not a size 12.
And then you end up getting a gift voucher for the wrong place too.
Yeah. Anything to do with like, I bought Sal a handbag one day. I spent like $400 on it. I got like approval from her sister and everything. I'm like, is this one going to be okay? Is this the right one? She's like, yeah, it's perfect. Wrong. No, wrong. Take it back the next day.
What was wrong with it?
Day. It was just the wrong one. It just wasn't right.
It's just wrong. It's because you picked it out.
It's just a gut feel kind of thing, I think, Ash. That's how these things work.
Okay.
It was just... Do not even bother. Just buy the voucher. They'll appreciate it 1,000 times more.
Yeah, definitely.
So I interestingly remember like some of the bad gifts that I've received, or like not even bad.
That's the
gifts
worst.
you've
Pretending
received,
that you
but,
enjoy it.
Just got them, and strangely they stand out. I think it was either Shrek or Shrek 2 on PlayStation 2, and like starting to play through that, it's just like this is like. It must have been the year that I was playing God of War 2 as well. And comparatively, it's like, this is a terrible licensed game. I understand what people are talking about when like, reading
and you didn't even
PlayStation
get a platinum
magazine.
from it.
What's that?
And you didn't even get a platinum from it.
No trophies, nothing.
Oh, dear.
1 year as well. Oh, sorry.
I remember being, like, pleasantly surprised by a present once. I remember the same year that I got... Pokemon Yellow, I got the Mark, Tom and Travis Show CD and the Blink-182 album, and
you were way too young for that.
And I was like, okay, I'm like, I guess Blink-182 are okay. This should be okay. And I remember listening to it. First time I sat down and actually listened to it, changed my life. So like that was another one. But even another thing, like when you would get like socks and underwear as a kid and be so disappointed.
Yeah.
Nowadays I'm like, fuck, I hope I get some socks and underwear. Yeah, I'm like, hope I get some new Bonds this year because those things are fucking expensive.
Yeah, I hate spending money on that.
Yeah.
I recently just got made fun of by Hannah because I had to get undies for my honeymoon. You know, you want new undies. You know,
yeah, you do.
Be walking around in your undies a bit. And I was with my friend and I was like, I don't know what size undies I am. I've never bought a pair of undies. I've never had to. I get them every Christmas and they last me until next Christmas.
You went into the change room and took them off and checked the size? Or?
I think I asked my friend to check the tag.
Just slide your finger down my butt crack, would you?
Yeah.
It's quite funny on the socks and undies thing. A guy at work was telling me the other week that like getting socks and undies, he's like 43 I think, getting socks and undies never stops, to the point where I think he said his mum passed away maybe 4 or 6 years ago, and he is still working his way through socks and undies that she'd bought him over every Christmas for the past like 43 years. So he's just got a pile in the cupboard basically, and when those ones run out, he pulls from the Christmas pile that's just been like stacked and stacked onto for decades at that point.
That's awesome.
Said he quite appreciates it, but
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I hate spending money on shit that I don't need to. or don't want to.
Is that why you bought Destiny?
Don't want to is most
like bills.
That's the self-control.
Even Stacey had a dig about me. Had a dig at me about that like a couple of weeks ago.
She's learning.
She's smart. That's why.
She is. And even during PSX, she was like, "Oh, is this Death Stranding ever going to come out?"
It's
anyway,
not.
I want to wrap it up with your favourite Christmas foods. Every year, I love the Christmas ham, the ham on the bone. That is my favourite thing.
I give it 2 votes.
2 votes.
Ham is like you can have it warm on the barbecue, like you can cook it up. You can have it cold in sandwiches. It's cured and it lasts like weeks in the fridge. If you get a big one, it's just like you spend weeks
Jack
just
doesn't like
chopping
it hot,
off
though.
this thing. Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's good for.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
We actually this year we got one throughout the year too.
You just went and bought yourself a huge ham.
Christmas in July.
Pretty much, yeah.
They call that midwinter Christmas, Jack.
Yeah, I'll third the ham, but also as in it's fucking awesome. But the other thing I look forward to every year with Christmas is Sal does, as I've explained, Sal starts like baking and shit, like turbo baking this time of year for Christmas, shortbread and all kind of stuff. My favourite thing that I make, like every year, I'm like, please make sure you make this. She makes Rocky Road. She makes white chocolate Rocky Road with like biscuit in it and stuff. Oh, it's the fucking bomb.
You have my address, Jack.
Yeah.
You have my address.
I'll send some. I'll send some. It's
With
legit.
Wolfenstein, thanks.
With Wolfenstein. Yeah, side note.
What about you, John? Do you have any favourite Christmas foods
I'm just trying to
or
think of
family
one, but
recipes?
it's kind of like just the accumulation of many, many great kinds of foods on Christmas.
Is that a turducken that you're talking about?
Has anyone had
Don't
one?
know what it
Turducken.
is.
Turducken? Yeah, sorry.
What's that? Tell
It's
me.
a turkey stuffed with a duck, which is itself stuffed with a chicken.
No, it's
the combination of many great foods and the other things that you were saying that sounded right.
It's like a turkey
Yeah, I
stuffed
haven't
with a
tried
chicken
that.
that's stuck with a duck with bacon in it, isn't it? Yeah, that's something.
Maybe.
bacon
I think is
around
the
it.
chicken smaller?
So it
Depends
goes-
on the
type
chicken.
of chicken.
It goes turkey. It's got chicken inside the turkey, a duck inside the chicken, and I think they're wrapped in bacon or something like that.
I think the bacon's optional.
Well,
Bacon's never optional.
I mean, yeah, I'd try that. But the main thing for me on Christmas is that I always heat up my meat.
Yeah,
I don't like cold meats, so I'll be the one guy that's like, I'm just going to pop this in the microwave.
that's fair.
It's probably blasphemous to some people, but I just don't like cold meat
Yeah,
that much.
I can
Unless it's
I
like
get
a
it.
salami or something, you know.
Fair enough.
Slam it on the barbecue.
Jack, say your piece.
Which is great because in recent years, when I have had a meal with my parents, you know, not like a huge family meal, just like our family, Mum's like, "What do you want?" And I'll just be like, "I want ribs." So then we have ribs on Christmas, and that's like a new tradition lately.
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, I might have to do that too.
Fantastic.
Ribs are a fucking boy.
What about you, Ash?
Yeah, I'm
Christmas
with
foods?
Jono. It just all mixes together. It's all
Yep.
one roast pork and,
You just eat
and
heaps.
ham
That's the
and chicken and
Yeah,
Eat lots of it.
yeah.
Christmas is about indulgence.
Yeah.
And Jesus.
But mostly indulgence.
Jesus is the reason for the season.
That's right.
True.
Yeah.
Wasn't even his birthday.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It's the Roman Catholic appointed birthday.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on your busy Christmas Eves. I didn't want to hold you up too long because you all got places to be.
Maybe
things
they're
to do.
commuting and they're listening to this.
He's
on their
talking to
commute.
us.
Oh,
I'm talking to you.
This comes out on
I thought
Christmas
I
Day,
was more
Ash.
concerned about the listeners.
No.
Yeah, thank you, listeners, for joining us on your
Yes.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
thank you very much.
Or any time thereafter.
You're welcome. This is our present
Let's be
to you.
honest. Most likely after.
Make it your new
you
Christmas
never know. I
tradition.
reckon-
Listen to this every year.
Jaden, Michael, AJ, Jared, if any of you are listening on Christmas Day, tweet at me and say, I'm listening. Just say, I'm listening. That's it.
Dr. Fraser Crane.
All right. You can find me on Twitter at Saint N.Prior. Where can we find you, Ashley?
You can find me on Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEY, HOBLEY. It's a Christmas thing.
Jack?
You can find me under the mistletoe at cruisy_mate.
Jono?
You can find me on Twitter at Jono himself, and check out my recent Putting in Work episode with Santa Claus himself.
That's a get. That's a get.
Yeah,
Tom?
Huge get. You can find me, TomDaBomb89, TomDaBom89.
And you can follow the show at Explosion Pod. What you can do for us for Christmas is go to iTunes, rate and review our shows. You can share it with your friends, family, word of mouth, all helps. A perfect gift for your friends and family too is an Explosion Network t-shirt.
Buy your mum the black plat t-shirt. She'll fucking love it.
And a mug.
And
she needs to have something to have the eggnog in.
Have you guys had eggnog? I have never had eggnog.
Never had it.
No, me either.
No?
I did drink 6 eggs. I imagine it's
Just add a bit of nog in there.
In smaller quantities and slightly more alcoholic.
Yeah.
The shop address is designbyhumans.com/shop/Explosion Network.
That's the one. And there'll be a link on our website.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Happy holidays and a happy new year from everyone at the Explosion Network. With December, of course, comes award season hype, and the Explosion Network is dropping a top 10 list every week until the end of the year. Stay tuned to explosionnetwork.com for our pick of the best games, movies, and more from 2017. Alderaan Explosion concludes December 15th, so make sure to catch the last 2 episodes as we count down to and then watch The Last Jedi. Swag announcement! T-shirts now available at designbyhumans.com/shop/Explosion Network. Grab a design with Bevan on it, or one with Plat to rep the network. And of course, our weekly shows continue. Pleasure Explosions Monday, Platinum Explosion Tuesdays, Grandstand Gurus Thursdays, each at 12 PM Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Catch our live streams on twitch.tv/Explosion Network, and keep your targets locked on explosionnetwork.com for all of our explosive content.